Hello world! Dave here, you may call me mowdownjoe. Welcome back to Let's Play Penny Arcades on Rainslick, Precipice, Darkness 3! And, yeah, the game's suddenly gone super retro. I mean, before it was like they wanted to make it look like Final Fantasy VI, and now they're going much, much further back. Like Final Fantasy 1 here. Look at this. I mean, this is right out of Final Fantasy 1. So anyway, we got treants and rats. Truants and dire rats. The dire rats, nothing fancy. Truants, weak to fire, as you'd expect. So yeah, a lot of these enemies are going to be kind of classic RPG enemies. They're going to be deviating a little bit from the enemies we've been fighting around here. Also, you might have noticed it looked like a random battle. It's not. These battles are still scripted. They're still in the same location every time. They just don't decide to not actually place them on the map, just to make it feel a little more random. And I'm sorry for kind of breaking the veil there. But yeah, anyway, I guess I kind of had nothing else to talk about, considering that the enemies they give you in this area are very, well, to start off with, are very, very basic. You have nothing to really worry about with the truants or the dire rats. You'll be seeing a lot of dire rats, trust me on this one. And, so yeah, these guys just, they probably fall to, like, maybe one dark way from Jim and a few other random spells just thrown in just for good measure. But these guys, nothing to worry about, just deal with them like you would any other enemy. Yeah, that took care of them real good. And, maybe just throw in a flame sphere. Yeah, the truants do have a lot of HP, though, which is a little off-putting, but considering they have such an easily exploitable weakness, and like every enemy in the game happens to have, it's nothing to worry about. Pinch Max is actually a pretty good skill. I'm surprised I never picked up on that earlier. I mean, especially considering that I have two defense buffing skills. Each of those defense buffing skills don't stack with themselves, but they do stack with other skills. So it's like I could use Hexaskeleton and Defensive Stance and get an insane defense buff, and then use Pinch Max to do insane damage, and then Challenge to charge up for Pinch Max. So it's a hell of a synergy there. Anyway, we got more dire rats, and also water monsters. These guys are a huge pain in the asses because they're resistant to, as far as I can tell, all magic. They are resistant to all magic. Use physical attacks on these suckers. They are, overall, your Jim is probably going to be nothing more than a paperweight here. Sorry, Jim. I know you don't like to hear that about your jar, but it's kind of the truth here. You're not really going to be getting anywhere other than killing those rats for us. By the way, can you kill those rats for us? It'd make things a lot easier. Yeah, those the water monsters, though, very dangerous because of their flood spell. They can hit all players, and they love to spam it. They love to spam it. It is probably one of the more dangerous things about it. And the fact of the matter is, the flood will ramp up as the enemies, as the attacks in this battle tend to do. So take them out quickly and painfully. Physical attacks, preferably. Don't. I mean, if your best attacks are magic-based, I guess you can have to shrug off the fact that half the damage is going to be blocked by their damage resistance there. See, they even resist non-elemental magic. What the hell? Those RTS. How do they resist non-elemental magic? That does not make sense to me. And Call Skeleton apparently counts as like Earth Elementals, so yeah, it's just so it's going to be mostly just Pinch Max doing lots of damage, slowing the guy down to using slow to debuff the guy to a reasonable part, and things, well, and next round of attacks should kill him. Just need to interrupt him this one time. There we go. It's always a nice feeling to time walk your opponent. I say that having never actually cast time walk. Done a remand or two, though. Ooh, and Slacker learns Gadget Fanatic. Finally, he learns a useful skill. It doubles the effect of all items that you get that a Slacker uses. So that is really good. Even if it does kind of mean that the Slacker skill tree is, you know, has a lot of dead weight and isn't good till level 25. But, ooh, we get an Energite item there. So, yeah, using that in battle will give us free MP. Something that we probably want to level up, because it only gives, like, 1 MP, and we only have 1 use for it, but if in a pinch, that is something that we could really look forward to. Just need to level it up a bit. So yeah, let's continue onward. And we've got a bunch of gremlins here. These guys are pathetic. I joke you not, these guys are laughable. Seriously, all you need is, like, Jim to Dark Wave, and considering that either they use, like, a weak physical attack, or they skip their turn, that is literally their entire AI script. Either skip turn, weak hit, attack. It's like, just Dark Wave them. Don't even bother wasting your breath on them. Like, if only full auto was enough, but now they have, like, 600 HP, so Dark Wave, bye-bye, gremlins. Yeah, no kidding! Hey, I have to be the one that actually narrates this whole thing. Yeah, so, yeah, disappointing battle. And yeah, Zeboy uses some clever bottlenecking to actually make sure that we get into the quote-unquote random battles. Like against some Sloobs and Weirdos. The Sloobs, I believe, are weak to ice. Weirdos, they just hit hard. So, yeah, Garden of Tranquil Water is probably the better garden to fire off here. The Garden of Dangerous Bees also is possible, but, yeah, these guys, not too much to worry about. Just get some blizzards get some damage going as fast as we can. Try to blast them all with magic, and we'll probably come out of this relatively alright, I guess. Yeah, guess we might as well use that Energite while they're giving it to us. And yeah, these guys are much more resistant to magic than gremlins or anything like that. They can take a bit of a beating. They're not super resistant like the last guys like those water monsters, but you're gonna be dealing with some hardy defense on them. Physical attacks are probably also probably a decent way to go with these guys if you'd rather, but just go all out with your keep the pressure on and go all out. They really don't have any fancy tricks up their sleeves, though. They don't have any knockback or debuffs or slows or anything like that. Enemies around here, though, much harder. We'll see what I mean, but let's just say I kind of peeked ahead at the next episode. It's not actually recorded. Although, that is actually something I should mention. I actually had, like, a power surge while recording this episode and had to re-record everything from scratch. Not fun. So yeah, got a challenge going. I love the defensive stance. I love how great it makes Gabe at tanking. It's just, normally it's like, I never can actually, like, in most of these Japanese RPGs, even though they, like, or based off Dungeons & Dragons. It's like they never had the whole trinity of tanking, made damage, and healing put aside mindset. They always had someone durable, they always had someone that could deal damage, and they always had someone that could heal. But it's never like the guy that was super durable actually could like take blows for anyone. It's like the only one I can think of that is like maybe Cecil from Final Fantasy IV. And even then, it's like wasn't guaranteed to work there. So yeah, these guys. So we just got the weirdos left, and nothing too fancy about them. We could probably just take these guys out as relatively quickly. Diversion actually killing them. That's funny to me because that's meant to just be interrupt and not do a lot of damage. Makes me wonder how much damage Jim could do with just a physical attack. Yeah, well. Yeah, we've almost got these guys. Just a couple more attacks, or one Berserk works. One Berserk works plenty fine. And, wow, we have to learn get a couple of upgrades for our existing abilities, and it's nice to see Elementor's Northwind become Gale Force. Nice free spell there. I don't think there's gonna be a kitten town here. This game's overworld seems very small. Yeah, he's pretty stubborn. Don't bother him. Why else do you think he was chosen to be the hero? And, oh dear God, Deep Crow! And I'm sorry, I just blew out your speakers. But yeah, Deep Crow, not a fun fight. Not a fun fight at all. Absolutely, right off the beginning, slow this bastard down. And make sure to go ahead and unleash all the... And good luck if you're going to be using Gabe to tank. Because this guy has defense debuffs. And those have to also weaken the effectiveness of your defense buffs. Yeah, just slow this guy and try to interrupt him as much as you can, because this guy's gonna be a absolute pain in the ass. Just hell, this battle's gonna be... He has 10,000 HP. This battle will actually go on long enough that you could probably go ahead and throw around a couple of prophecies too. Boil, Chosen One, whichever ones you want. Retcon if you want to just if you want to absolutely make sure that your magic buffs stick around. But yeah, Deep Crow, not a fun fight at all. This guy will test you. And this isn't even a boss! Oh, Deep Crow. Yeah, there's the caw. There's the defense debuff. Really, what you have to hope is that he spams that repeatedly, because of the fact that, well, that caw does not stack with itself, so he can just keep using that. But he is weak to wind, which is obviously going to be and resistant to dark magic, as you see there, which is obviously going to be problematic because most wind magic is pretty weak. I mean, we'll be doing about as much damage with a Dark Surge as we are with Gale Force. Yeah, that's typically how this battle's going to play out. This battle will take a long time. Oh, okay, so he has more than 10,000. He has 25,000. Dear God, this is... I really don't know what else to say other than get used to the fact that this music doesn't loop perfectly. That seems to be a problem that Zeboid seems to have with this game. I don't seem to recall that happening too often with Cthulhu Saves the World, though. Hell, that one little 9 Inch Nails inspired track, I'm assuming it's inspired by 9 Inch Nails, is, it at least looped well. As you happen to see there, we have to get poison off on him. That'll help a little bit. And okay, so Jim's Gale Force does more than it does like 1,000 each time, so that's not horrid, but still, we're dealing with a really strong enemy, and this is just a regular enemy. This chest better damn well be worth it, I will say this much. Oh, come on, I already know the outcome of this. But yeah, choice of garden here, if you want to go ahead with throwing out the gardens. One thing I would recommend is, like I said, those buff gardens won't stack with themselves. Even though they will fire off repeatedly, they won't stack with themselves. The whole point of that garden appearing on there is that you can change it on the fly. So, you know, if you happen to get... So, if the strength buff isn't doing enough for you, and ow, you can always go ahead and switch it to Garden of the Healing Waters. So, yeah, this battle, very tough. Very, very tough. You're going to want to go ahead with you're going to want to decompressor him. You're going to want to just hit him with your strongest attacks. Heal constantly. He doesn't have anything that hits all targets outside of his defense buff, but damn, does that defense buff not make you squishy. Seriously, Jim's at 17 HP here. Tycho's going to be on healing duty constantly. Focus fire as necessary, I guess, and just blast away. And yeah, the T-Rex. What's the point of the T-Rex here? Although the T-Rex does actually manage to survive, at least, so, you know, that has something going for it. yeah, keep going after Gabe. He's the only one that actually manages to build up a defense now. I mean, it's not much because you cut it in half, but just Deep Crow, man, Deep Crow. I hate me my Deep Crow. He hits like a Mack truck, and he is just not fun to deal with. Keep interrupting him as much as you can, even as he builds up that resistance to interrupts. Just keep interrupting him and slowing him. He is gonna be a pain otherwise. You're gonna throw and slow every chance you get if you can. I would advise it. This guy is just a regular pain. Come on. I have no idea why I didn't keep slowing him. That is one thing that I actually am a little puzzled by. I mean, slow is so good in this game, and it's not even funny. But just against this battle, it helps so much just because this guy has so much HP, and he will last so long, and he will floor your defense to the point where where if you let him take too many turns, he will probably just end up killing you outright with one attack. I mean, he's almost one-shotting Mora and Jim and Tycho there. Let's not even get into the whole zaniness that would come from him actually, I don't know, doing some actual damage. But yeah, this guy is gonna be tough. Keep healing. Maybe try to keep the damage off of use challenge to keep the damage off of Mora and Jim and Tycho if necessary. Heal up, keep Gabe healed. This is gonna be a long fight. I don't even need to, I mean, I'm showing you that this is a long fight. I don't need to tell you that this is a long fight, but this guy is beefy. He deals a lot of damage. Now keep yourself watered, to say the least. Poison him, get him bleeding early on, whatever. This fight will be a test of your patience. And man, I guess that stunned him. He's got a new status effect going there. So yeah, the stun will absolutely help. As far as I'm aware, it'll be like in Cthulhu Saves the World, where that means he skips a turn. So, which is absolutely handy. So yeah, and skipping a turn means that we'll actually manage to probably have him down for the count now. All we need is like one good Gale Force. Okay, so he doesn't skip a turn. So what was the point of that stun then? Yeah, whatever. We got him. Once Jim fires off the Gale Force, he has molted. Worth a lot of experience, but damn if that isn't a hard fight. I mean, seriously. Ugh. Thankfully, the item is so worth it. You get 4K, which allows you to deal which allows your regular physical attack to hit all enemies. That is obscene. That is absolutely obscene. There is no downside to it. That is obscene. And considering Gabe is the guy who typically does all the physical attacks around here, I think it's time to let him shine. So yeah, that's the start of the Cave of Darkness. So what waits us on Evil Town? Find out next time. Until then, everyone, I'm Dave. Remember, carry a torch and watch out for deep crows. Take care.